and things like, I don't know if you have an Echo in your, I'm not going to say her name because it'll ruin a lot of people, a lot of listeners out there. But if you have an Echo, if you have an Apple device, a Google Home device, those are going to get really, really smart. A lot of times you're yelling at them and they don't answer right, or they don't give you a correct answer or do what they're supposed to do. That's all going to change drastically in the next 6 to 9 months. You're going to start to see where intelligent conversations are being had with devices that you never thought you'd have the conversation with, like in a car.
If you go to a rich person's house and the whole house is wired, that's like a thing where you're like, oh my God,
it's
everything.
Smart home,
How soon until that's the average home?
I think that's happening now. I honestly, when you can go to a regular retail store, go to Amazon and purchase an Echo with a couple of devices for your plugs. I mean, I walk in and I give one command to her name and she turns on all my lights, turns on the TV, and I can give another command. It'll dim the lights and turn the TV to a certain, to a station where I can watch a movie, or those commands are all very readily available now. And that's only going to get faster and more improved as we go along. Now, to go into that, we always talk about some of the negatives. One thing that the CEO of OpenAI said, that the concept of a photoshopped image will be amplified to a level never seen before. So no one will be able to tell the difference of a picture, a photograph, whether it was AI generated or...
This kind of goes back, Wheels, you were busting on this last week, about Elon Musk saying that if we continue to advance even like 1%, we will reach a point where artificial reality is indistinguishable from reality.
Correct.
And therefore, we may be in a simulation. This sounds like a microcosm of that.
It is.
That, pretty soon we may not be able to even tell whether it's a deep fake or not.
Correct. And not just even on the image, but imagine deep faking somebody's voice and making them say something that's rude, crass, wrong to ruin an election or to mess up a situation.
Like if you made Rachel say crock pot different. Like in a really dirty way.
Bad if that happened.
Right.
Well, I mean, you could get somebody fired at their job by emulating their voice, by taking a voicemail maybe they left you, plug that into AI, let AI rephrase something in a different way and post that.
As a former practicing attorney, that is going to be a cluster.
Oh, it's going to be crazy.
Because attorneys and judges and such are no smarter than anyone else.
Correct.
We don't understand this stuff. And so when people are coming into court, like on divorce cases or whatever, defamation cases, I didn't say that. That's not me. Prove it's me. Prove it's not me. Like, that is going to be just a battle of the experts.
Oh, my gosh. It's going to be unreal. And the ethics law is just going to go unbelievably berserk. That's one of the things that I actually asked GPT to tell me the top 10 majors that a college student should have right now, and one of them on there was ethics law, because that's going to be so much in play when this becomes a big thing. I mean, to take that ethics law a step further, another thing that Christina and Sam Altman said is the counterfeiting. This is a creepy statement. Counterfeiting of people will be ramped up to a new level.
What's that mean?
That means taking everything about them. If you get their birthday, soch, address, it's identity theft on drugs. Like, imagine identity theft, only now you've got their voice and your face, and you can use AI to literally create their face to open up doors.
So
use
someone
biometrics.
steals my identity in that way.
Yes.
And I call Capital One.
Yeah.
And they're like, dude, this other guy has everything you have.
Yeah. And your voice. So when you call into the bank, your voice would match, because a lot of times these higher financial institutions will have voice matching. That'll be going away. I mean, to say you can counterfeit a person is unbelievably. That blew my mind when I heard him say that.
It's going to like Mark of the Beast stuff.
It is.
That if the fake Dave, the only thing different between he and I is that I have the chip in my hand.
Right.
Right?
That's kind of where we're going. That you're the real person.
Right.
Yeah.
Does it also maybe mean that we've got to stop doing everything, quote, virtually or online, and you got to do everything in person again?
It may go back to that.
I mean, that seems like the simplest solution to solve.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to go get money, well, you got to go get money. Or if you're going to pay a bill, you got to pay the bill. You can't just be like virtually signing off on everything. Like, man, everything we do now is virtual, right? I mean, I don't do much of anything in physical form anymore.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It
seems like a good fail safe.
It does. Yeah. And things may revert back to that. I mean, one of the things we talked about is industries that will stay for a long time. In my mind is the skills industry, the trades, the electrician, the plumber, the construction worker, the carpenter. Those, robots aren't going to be around for a long, long, long time to where they're advanced to do any of that stuff. So it's funny you say going back to that face to face, those trades will be, in my mind, will be around for decades and decades.
So ironically, and I'm not saying that the trades are not smart. I'm saying that ironically, the more intellectual stuff, the stuff that you don't use your hands, you don't grab a pipe and fit it to another pipe. That's the stuff that's in danger.
Correct. Yeah, whereas software can do a lot of things, and because most of our lives is lived on a phone, a mobile device with software, something you have to do with your hands is not going to be replaced for a long, long time. So, but the dangers that people need to be aware of are things that you're going to have to be a lot more protective of your personal identity, of your voice, and make sure you're doing the right things with everything from computers.
But I mean, someone like us, I understand it takes 15 minutes, I think I read today, for some program to take your voice and understand it enough to fool people.
Absolutely, well, yes. 15 minutes.
Do 4 hours a day.
Yeah, there's plenty of content for them to glean.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. And that you can do that right now. Mm-hmm. You can upload your voice, talk. You can read a script for 5 minutes, and then actually the AI will take over and emulate your voice in whatever script you want. Mm. Yes. So one of the things we're doing is we're redoing some of our videos on our website, and I want to do, just for fun, is make it and tell everybody that this entire video is narrated by artificial intelligence without an actual human reading it. So that's one thing we're doing.
You have my permission to use my voice if you
that
want.
would be great.
Do it.
That would be awesome. Just to see what you sound like.
So I know the answer to this is to call ThrottleNet, and it's not just being silly. That is the answer. But for people out there who may not call you, how do they protect themselves?
Well, the key thing is going through a series of security protocols at your business to make sure people are understanding what they should and should not be doing. And I whether you use ThrottleNet or not, we will come out to your business, bring you lunch, cater the lunch, and teach your team the top things that need to be aware of when surfing the internet, when operating your business with email, and doing all these different things with passwords. We'd be more than happy to come out there and do that, because honestly, now it's just a matter of helping humanity, because it's getting to the point where if somebody doesn't step in and start helping people, it's going to get ugly.
5 years ago,